Today I'm going to be taking you guys along on a tour of my daughter's room, and I'm going to be sharing lots of tips for kids' rooms to maximize storage, to allow it to grow with them as they grow, to reflect their personality but also be really easy to change as their personality and their likes change, and to do all of this on a budget. Hey guys, Sarah here from Work Life Glue, where I like to create balance that sticks and teach you how to do the same. And I love to share organizing, decorating videos, time management videos, and all kinds of videos related to motherhood. And I love decorating, and so I recently redid our girls' rooms and actually moved our bedroom. This used to be our bedroom. And now that I am done with this room, I really wanted to share a lot of the tips and tricks that I use to make this room as functional as possible long-term, and something that can really grow with my daughter. So the first thing I really wanted to do when creating this space was to really maximize the storage. I wanted it to have a lot of empty space to grow with my daughter as she gets new toys, as she gets new books for birthdays and things like that, as her wardrobe gets bigger because she gets bigger and it needs more space. I wanted it to be really easily adaptable. So I have a lot of bins in this room and cube storage units to really be able to adjust as time goes on. They're very inexpensive and they're very easy to change up, to change the bins out, and to fill them with different things as we need. I also got a bed that has storage just so it's low to the ground. It's really easy to put bed linens in, or toys or books or anything she wants to easily access at night. It's just great to have things that also have storage in them. And then we also utilize this area behind the door for a row of hooks for jackets, for robes, for things she wants to hang up like her birthday sash. It's just really nice to use that unused space for more storage. I also got really creative with closets. I didn't use a traditional closet organizer. I actually put her dresser into her closet to save room in her actual bedroom because it's not very big. And so all of her clothes are in one closet, and then she actually has another closet. It's like a closet split into two parts, and I used a cube storage unit in there. I didn't have to go buy a closet organizer. I could use a cube storage unit. If that ever becomes not something we want to use, we can use it somewhere else in the house, and it's something I actually had laying around that we weren't using. So that's a great idea, to use things you already have for storage. You don't have to go buy new, and you can really use those cube storage units in so many different ways. They sell them at Walmart, Target, IKEA. So we use the one in her closet for display and things she doesn't want her little sisters getting into, like her gumball machine, her piggy bank, and things like that. And then there's also some extra bins in there to use as time goes on. They're empty currently, but they can adapt to her needs as she gets older. Another thing I really wanted for this room, because it's not very big and I want it to really grow with her, is I wanted furniture that really acts as double duty or even triple duty. We went with this Hemnes bed. It's a day bed from IKEA. It's inexpensive as far as day beds go, especially considering how amazing it is. It's great quality, and there's so many things it can do. First of all, it's just a great lounging area. Instead of the bed sticking out into the room, it can be a great place, like a big giant couch where she can cuddle up, read books, and it's not taking up a lot of space in her room because it's along the wall. So she has more floor space. And then it also is great because it has these drawers built in, so it has extra storage. So we're really not losing the storage from the floor space that her bed is taking up. We have that storage built into the bed. But also it can pull out, and if you stack two mattresses, we aren't currently doing this, but we plan to in the future, you can stack two smaller mattresses and then spread them out, and it becomes a king-size bed for sleepovers, for having guests over. They could stay in her room and she could stay somewhere else. And so it's just a great bed for having triple duty. And it's just a great idea for a kid's room to have furniture that works in multiple ways. Also, her desk. I didn't want to just buy a standard desk, so instead I made a desk out of two 2x2 cube units from Target, and then I bought a sheet of melamine in the plywood area at the hardware store. So basically it's like a 4x8 sheet, and I had them cut it down at Home Depot into the size I wanted. I wanted a really long desk, so it has both display space for her and also it has a place for her to sit and use as a desk. So it's working as double duty. And they cut it down, and then they also have these strips of edging that you just iron on, and it has glue built in, and so you have the nice finished edge. This is the same material they use for shelving, for closets and things like that. And so since I have two very sturdy ends, I could just drill up through those cube units into the top of the desk and make this really nice custom, very shallow but very functional desk for her. And so now it's a desk, plus it has storage with the two cube units, so it's got 8 different cubes that she can use for books, for craft supplies, toys, anything really. As time goes on, I'm sure it will adjust as she gets older, but it's just a great piece that will really work for her long term. And then when it comes to decor, you really don't have to spend a lot of money. You just have to be a little creative. When your kid has a taste that isn't quite with your taste, I really recommend painting just one wall of their room. So we painted 3 walls of her room, the Stonington gray color that we have throughout our whole house. It's a very neutral light gray. It really fits well with anything. White looks great with it, and it's just a very nice light colored neutral that fits with anything. And then she really wanted a pink wall, so we did one wall pink. This is the color Rose Colored from Sherwin-Williams. And then to add a little bit more interest and to make it more fun, we just got these $15 decals. I think they're actually $13 from Amazon. You can really customize a child's room with decals. They have so many different types. No matter what your child's tastes are, you can find them. And it's great because if they peel them off the wall, it doesn't wreck the wall, and you can easily change them as they get older. And then as they grow, you can just repaint that one wall to fit their needs, and you don't have to paint the other ones. It's a really great idea. Also, as far as artwork, I really recommend Hobby Lobby's 50% off sales. They have so much that can fit with your kids' taste, but it's also very inexpensive. Plus, they also have a clearance aisle at most Hobby Lobbies where you can shop there. And I got some nice picture frames that were the color scheme that we wanted, and a couple art pieces as well to fit in with her gallery wall. And then along with that, I also added in some artwork that I made on PicMonkey. So if you use PicMonkey or Canva, they have free versions that you can use. I simply did the letter C for one frame that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby for just a couple dollars to fit her name. And then I also made a print that says, "In a field full of roses, she is a wildflower." And I just made that on PicMonkey, and I used just black and white flowers. And you can really use anything. You can look on Etsy or look on Pinterest and then create your own version if you're able, or you can shop for very inexpensively on Etsy and get a printable and just print it on some cardstock or on some photo paper at your home or at the office supply store for just a few pennies on the dollar, and you can have some custom artwork in some very inexpensive frames. I've also used things like postcards for this "You Are My Sunshine" print that I think it's actually a greeting card that I've had for a really long time. And then we did some family photos, an artwork piece that I painted, and then a photo that I actually took of this peony that I absolutely love from my parents' old house, so it's very sentimental. So get creative with the artwork. You don't have to spend a lot of money, you just have to be a little bit creative. Another fun thing we added to this room was a canopy. You can do this in boys' rooms or girls' rooms. They have so many different ones on Amazon. I just got a neutral white one, and I love this because it really adds a lot of interest to this wall that really doesn't have much art on it. It just has this beautiful canopy that adds a ton of interest and focal point to the room over the bed. It's really sweet and soft, and it makes it feel a little fancier in here. So I didn't have to fill this wall with any frames or anything like that. The canopy really does it for us. And then it's white, so it will really match her tastes no matter what she likes as she gets older. And then I really recommend having some kind of thing to reflect them. So my friend actually made this Celia Ray circular wooden piece that's above her bed. I have one for all 3 of our girls, and I will put a link to her shop below. It's not quite ready yet, but when it is, you can find more information. But it's just a really fun way to represent her in her room without spending a lot of money, and it's a custom thing that's going to make them feel really special. And then as far as the more expensive textiles like bedding, curtains, and rugs, I really recommend doing very neutral textiles in the room so that you can change out other things. Our daughter actually doesn't even like sleeping with a comforter, so that really helps. So we just do fun sheets that we can change out to fit her likes, and that's a lot more inexpensive than a comforter. If she did like comforters, I'd probably just go with a gray or a white one so that it can really last her a long time. For her curtains, I went with just white ones. I really love these because they are blackout. I mean, they don't black out all the light, but they are a thicker curtain. And then they have the sheer in front of it. So they have the look of the sheer without it letting in all of the light, and they're just really pretty. No matter what color she has in here, the white will look really good with it. And then for the rug, we just have this very neutral rug we've had forever, and it's just gray, and it fits with basically anything she would have in here. So she can have this until she grows out of the house, as long as it doesn't get wrecked, and it will match any decor we put in here. So it's fun to change up a few elements in the room, but you don't need to totally overhaul the room as they get older and have different tastes or mature and don't like the littler kid things anymore. And then I think it's really important for kids to have a place to kind of make the space their own. So I definitely recommend having a cork board in their room if they're old enough. And Hobby Lobby, when they have things on 50% off or use the 40% off coupons, they're really big. Cork boards are very inexpensive. So we added one to this room. We have one in our 3-year-old's room, and it's just a really great way to display all the artwork that comes home from school or that they're creating on a daily basis, if you have kids who love artwork. And it's just a great place to hang a calendar and for them to really reflect themselves in their space and to change it out as they grow. And then I don't know about you, but my kids love little trinkets. We try not to keep a lot of them, but our girls come home with little things that they made or little things that a friend gave them or little holiday sunglasses or things like that, and they want to display them and use them. So I just got creative with a little tray from Hobby Lobby that's pink that matches her room, and then I put a little leave a little sparkle wherever you go plaque on there for her little trinkets. And then I also have this 2-tiered display with a little heart on it I've had for a long time. This has held jewelry, hair supplies, toys, trinkets over the years. It's really versatile and can be used in a lot of ways, and so it can adapt as she gets older. I'm sure one day she might put makeup in it when she uses this as a vanity when she's a teenager. So I love little display pieces that can be used to display their favorite things, but they're also really versatile and don't cost a lot of money. So those are my tips for creating a child's room. It doesn't have to be a girl's room to use these tips. She doesn't have to love pink. There's so many things you can do to really make your child's room authentic to them without spending a lot of money and really help it to grow with them over the years. I would love to know if you head over to our community tab. You can leave a comment for this video there because YouTube has disabled our comments, but I would love if you would head over there and let me know what your child's bedroom looks like or what they would love it to look like and what theme they would love it to have or they do have, because I just love decorating and I love learning about other kids and what they love to do in their rooms. Also, I would absolutely love if you would like this video and subscribe and become a part of our Glue Stick family. I have lots more great videos that you can find useful information to apply to your own life coming up in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.